I'm going to play the role of a typical CBD farmer in Minnesota, where I come from. So just about everyone in Minnesota is growing for flour or oil, and there's a few folks that are growing for grain. And because of our connection to Canada, Manitoba Harvest, we've seen a good outreach by that company to incentivize some farmers to grow for grain, which, based on what we talked about yesterday, that's a step in the right direction for the U.S. hemp industry. A lot of folks I know are getting to the end of the harvest season, and they've pulled all the plants out of the ground, and they're really only looking for biomass, but they're left with the stalks. And so this would be a typical CBD bush, like a stalk. And Summer, if I brought this to you and I said, hey Summer, I'm super interested in the textile industry, could we work together with some of my raw material here, like these stalks? Like, what do you think? Can we make some t-shirts?
I so wish that I could say yes to you. This is one of the more unfortunate parts of learning the variation of different varieties of cannabis. And as you can clearly see with the stock that Stephen's holding, is we've got many arms and branches and nodes. We've also got a very big, clear difference between the materials. So the wood of a CBD or cannabinoid crop is like the difference between a hardwood and a softwood when it comes to industrial varieties. So, this is such a great example and such an important topic right now, because so many farmers are calling us saying, when are you going to buy our stocks? We want to see you make stocks and this and that, And I wish that we could take on that material, because we need all the material we can get. But unfortunately, when you're clearly looking at this stock and you're clearly looking at a true industrial straight stock, you can see how that decortication process to separate out the outer fiber from the inner wood is nearly impossible. Every time you hit one of these branches or arms, you're going to break your fiber, but you're also not able to keep that fiber in a separation versus the arm that's going to come with it. So, this is an unfortunate truth about these bush type cannabis varieties, that the only way to turn that into a fabric would be the traditional viscose and rayon processing. So rayon's used wood for a base since it was created. And that's a very harmful chemical process. It's, of course, not keeping all the natural adherent benefits. And when we send those materials to the labs even come back and say no plant matter detected. So it's such a harmful, toxic process, they can't even tell you what it's made from. So, who wants to support a hemp product that's now nothing left of being any part of hemp in the ultimate end? So, it's going to be very exciting to see developers and groups come along that can actually take this and produce it in a natural and mechanical process to a product. For example, in California, they're doing a lot of R&D with bringing this material into particle board. So those short, small chops are able to actually take this wood-like material into what would still maintain a wood-like material finished product. Yeah. And unfortunately, we will not be able to make a natural fiber or long fiber fabric out of this variety of cannabis.